turtle in the hair, the tortoise in the hair, right? The hare's blasting Red Bulls, and the tortoise is just going along with a jug of water and an orange. Hello, Miss Kajang.
Hello.
Shall we?
Yep.
Off you go.
Hi, this is...
Good.
Okay. And
that's
William.
That's a foreshadowing for a segment later.
Oh, no.
Because that's how the dude would talk if he talked.
Oh, yeah.
Scout.
Fair enough. And William from Hypermentilating.
The podcast.
A show that follows...
life and things like that.
No, it changed.
Changed, definitely.
The
eyes of
a father
and a daughter.
I have a lot of experience with that. Join us as we find our way.
Together.
Yes.
All right. We can't. We would really have a hard time making that intro weirder.
Are there any benefits to energy drinks? I think that the only one I can really think of is maybe if you stayed up all night studying for a test and then the next day you have school, or if you're just like really tired and you have to go to work or something and you just need a little jolt of energy, then I mean it's better than doing drugs.
I mean, I just think they're the goofiest things ever.
You know those people who like have 5 a day?
Yeah, I mean, they're insane. I think they're goofy. I mean, yes, they give you a jolt because they're packed full of sugar, essentially, and caffeine. So, yeah, you get a jolt. No question, it can give you a boost of energy. Like, I think that's no doubt. But what never gets addressed, as far as I'm concerned, is the massive crash that comes afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, when the sugar wears off, when the caffeine wears off.
It's just caffeine and sugar, yeah.
Mostly, yeah.
Like, and flavoring.
Yeah, I think I avoid them like the plague. I don't like the feeling. I think the feeling's weird. Like, plus, I don't want to rely on them. I don't want to get psychologically like, oh, I need to have a boost.
Well, I just feel like if you're going to have something like that, like, get coffee then. I just think energy drinks are kind of like...
Oh, they're mad scammy. I remember when Red Bull first came out in the awesome commercials, Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah. And I mean, for sure it does. Yeah. It does give you wings until the wings fall off.
Yeah.
And then you come crashing down to earth until you get your next blast of wings. Yeah. If you're talking about like Gatorade and electrolytes and that...
No. You can write that off as being healthy at least. You know?
They're scammy too. Nah, they're just chemicals and sugar.
Electrolytes.
Yeah, are they? How much electrolytes are in it?
You know what I'm saying.
I know that I don't think they're that much different. I think they're a big scam too. You know what I think's awesome to drink? Like really, really, really good for you? Water. Yeah. Well,
like, you know the little flavoring packets you can get for water?
Yes, full of chemicals and sugar and whatever weirdness. It's like when you blast together Jell-O and the stuff gets on the counter and then the counter's stained forever.
Forever, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I think that energy drinks are just kind of like... I get why people like them because they do give you lots of energy because, well, it's caffeine and sugar.
Have you tried one?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, not on my watch.
Yes. And I just, like, they're nice because you get that jolt of energy, but then you just crash. And I don't like the crashing part because then you just feel blah. And it's not like it lasts. It's not like you're all hyper and energetic for the entire day. It lasts like an hour.
For my part, like you said earlier, you know, it's better than doing drugs. And I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm not advocating for people to do drugs to get through a night or study or do their job, but they're the same thing. It's drugs. It's 100% a drug, man.
Yeah,
it's a concoction. It's a concoction of sugar and chemicals and caffeine that's designed for one thing, to give you a boost of energy, the sense to get your brain to send signals and have chemical reactions in your body that make you feel like you can, you know, jump through a wall for 10 seconds or a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if you want a jolt of energy, sleep. A. B.
Eat
just
properly,
be good to yourself.
Drink lots of water.
But
breathe.
If you're gonna have a concoction like that, why not just get one or the other? Either drink sugar or have caffeine. Like, why would you mix them together?
There's a million ways to get that jolt from real food, like sugar. You know, there's all kinds of natural good sugars in a banana.
Bar.
I mean real natural. I don't even mean, or a granola bar if you made one out of all kinds of ingredients. I mean, there's
I don't know.
There's all kinds of ways.
There's better things you can do than have.
But all of those other ways they work organically, so you don't get the thing about the energy drinks is that they give you that immediate boost. That's why people love them. It's not that a banana can't do the same thing. It's just that you don't feel like the banana did it. You know, it's not that a 10-minute power nap couldn't do the same thing. It's just that requires you to stop and take a power nap.
Well, a different thing is that, like, bananas aren't branded to give you energy, you know?
Yeah.
Bananas are just a fruit.
Yeah, that's
They're
very
something
true.
you eat. Whereas energy drinks are literally made and branded and given to you as a jolt of energy.
They couldn't be branded as anything else.
Yeah.
Like, what would you brand them as if you branded them truthfully? Here's a humongous, packed with sugar and caffeine and some weird things we don't really want to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's just packed with them. There's more caffeine in here than you would get in 5 coffees. There's more sugar than you would have in a cake. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but probably not by much. So they can't brand it as that. Hey, here's a hit of sugar and caffeine. Good luck. I mean, they should all come with a label. Beware.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get addicted to this, man. I think they're terrible. I think they're a ridiculous invention and a blight.
Well, if you guys are energy drinkers...
Sorry to everybody out there who loves them.
Well, if you guys are energy drinkers that are listening, then comment why you guys drink them. Or why you started drinking them, at least.
Yeah, comment like nicely, peacefully, gently.
Not angrily, okay? We don't condole that.
Although I really did
condone that.
I got quite frisky about my dislike for them, so I can't really blame somebody for getting frisky with their dislike for my opinion.
True. Okay. This next topic,
so we're done with that one, are we? We've decided that there are benefits that you get an immediate boost. If that's the benefit you're looking for, you could get it other ways that wouldn't damage you internally. But there you go. Enjoy.
This next topic.
They'd beat me in a race off the start, probably.
Yeah, but if it was like a 100 or I don't know, long run, they'd
be done, man.
Yeah,
they'd be toast.
Way earlier than halfway.
So what they as soon as they ran out of Red Bulls, I'd be chugging along with an orange.
In your water.
And my water.
And your Costco sugar bars.
Like that turtle in the hair, the tortoise in the hair, right? The hare's blasting Red Bulls and the tortoise is just going along with a jug of water and an orange.
And a banana.
All
right, well, this next topic is something that I really want to talk about. When are you old enough to get a job?
Well, in Victorian England, probably around 5.
Yeah. I would like to comment on this because I think that to get a job, it kind of depends on the child's maturity level and what job you're doing.
100%.
And I also think that, like back in the day, in the past, kids were way more physically mature and like mentally prepared for those kind of things because they were raised on farms or they were just raised to do certain things. Whereas now, like, kids are raised, they go to school, they come home, they do their homework, and they do their after-school activity. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, I don't know, I feel like now I feel like anyone or most kids could do jobs from 13 and older. Because it depends, like, what it is. You know, if it's a babysitting job and you like kids.
Easily, for
13.
sure.
And you're responsible.
Younger. You could babysit younger than that. There's jobs. I think it entirely depends on the person.
Yeah.
There's people who aren't ready to join the workforce at 20. Really, like to be effective, useful, that anybody would actually want to hire. Like, I think if you're smart and you're capable and you can work hard and you're motivated, then you should be able to do so many different jobs. It would just be a question of finding somebody to hire you at that point.
Yeah, I mean, 13, 12, 13, 11. I think that now there's more options, you know, when you were...
11's probably getting a little child labor.
Yeah, but like when kids were 11, well, back in the day, you didn't need babysitters or dog sitters, you know? Like,
well, how far back in the day, man?
Well, like, far back.
No, I'm not trying to be like...
like far back.
It's a shift in society, right?
Like
if you go
Western
back
days.
far enough, kids still needed babysitters. It's just that the job fell to the community or fell to the nuclear family, right? So the older kids would watch the younger kids, or the neighbors would watch your kids, and then you'd watch the neighbors' kids, kind of thing. It's the fracturing of society has led to this thing where babysitting has become this uniquely specific gig.
Now,
but when I was growing up, babysitting was a thing.
Well, now there's like 14 and above, you can work at fast food restaurants. And
which I think is fine. I mean, a lot of the reason for that is that people don't want those jobs, right? So they're called entry level jobs, right? You know, and
you get paid like $5
I think you know
an hour.
that they're entry level jobs,
Yeah.
and so you don't get paid very much, but they get your foot in the door, and allows you to tell the next employer, like, yeah, man, I actually showed up on time for 6 months, and nobody complained, and I did the job, and then the next person is like, all right, well, that's not nothing. That's good for you. We'll let you hold this broom.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like,
definitely depends on the kid.
It depends on the kid,
and
job.
the job. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you're mature and you're responsible, then babysitting, dog sitting, or just like working at a store.
I think
at the mall, you know, like.
Irish, I think any job that you can find your way to doing. Say you were, you loved working with wood. You're a kid who you work with your dad, and you learned how to do things, and you just had some facility with it and enjoyed it. Why, if you could go and find a carpenter who was willing to let you come in and sweep and bring in, you know, tools and do menial tasks around, just so that you could have the experience of learning the ropes of the industry, of the thing. I mean, why not, right? I think sometimes kids limit themselves to jobs that they think are the only ones available to them, because they're not imagining that for the same amount of almost no money, they could go and have a really cool experience. Like, I'm definitely trying to head you and pause towards a job more like that, where it's something where, you won't make much money, but you'll gain invaluable experience in a field that you want to gain experience in. I
mean, even now, there's kids my age who have millions of followers on social media platforms and make thousands of dollars a month at my age.
All right, but that's
that's
kind of a different... We have that topic coming up one day, right?
When should you get a job? We do.
Yeah.
But it's like, when should you get a job? Well, I mean...
That's not really a job. I mean, it is, because we know from what we do how hard work it is to...
Well, kind of like what you were saying.
To do that online, but it's... I think we should, like, that influencing, like, that kind of online world that's a different thing, man.
Well... Kind of like what you're saying on the woodworking.
I just use that as an example because it popped in my head.
In the book I'm reading right now.
Wait.
In the book I'm reading right now, the main character, the boy, works at a garage, like just a little mechanic. Yeah. He's kind of like the helper. Like he's just being trained up for an apprentice.
Bring me this wrench.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You know. Yeah.
What do I like to do?
What would you? Like, I've talked to
babysitting.
I've talked to Manish about, working for a vet before, right? Because he loves being around animals and he's so good with them. So he wouldn't make very much money, but he'd go in there, gets a steady job. He can tell the next person, I worked at this vet. The vet will be like, oh my God, he's a great worker. He really listens. He's learned a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Experience has a huge amount of monetary value down the road.
I'd be a babysitter just because I love kids. And it's just something that brings me joy to do.
Which, I mean, you could do, you're capable of doing that at any time, right? Like, we talked about how that's probably something you're going to try and do whatever we end up doing. But I mean, beyond that even, like, what, just something you like?
Like, honestly, woodworking. Because doing that with you is just so fun to me.
Yeah, you do like that.
So, I don't know, a vet.
Same, yeah.
I love animals. Not as much as Mattis, so.
He just has a Dr. Dolittle thing going on.
I don't really know. Anything
okay,
to do
with
kids.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. Like, but the principle, you see,
wrong segment.
The principle, the principle of it is still holds, right? You can get a job when you can do what's necessary to complete the job, right? It's more at what age can you go and sell yourself to an employer? That's the thing. That's the real thing. At what age can you walk up to a potential employer who has a job, who has a job opening that you think you could fill, and convince that person that you could do the job? That's really what dictates it. If you're 10 or 11 and you have a huge passion for something, and you know it's your parents are watching, and it's a safe environment, and all of these things line up, and you can convince somebody that you'd be an asset to their operation, well then I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that.
Yeah, me neither.
As you could be 20 and be just completely useless, and so you're not ready for a job. So
we can agree that it depends on the kid and the job.
I think, yeah. I mean, for sure. I think you get a job when...
Because no one's expecting a 12-year-old to be a banker or a lawyer.
No, exactly. Well,
we're more just talking...
Yeah, you're getting into the realm of, like, saying, I'm going to be the starting center for the Lakers. And it's like, I don't like to tell you this, but you're only 5'2".
Yeah, exactly.
You're not starting center for anybody.
Yeah.
So it's within the realm of possibility. But that would be the consideration for whether... then it's just, could the kid do it? Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's anything wrong with a kid having a job.
Me neither at all.
I just think that most kids are nowhere near prepared to do what's necessary for a real job, right?
Okay, we're moving on to our segments for the day and our review.
Movie review.
Yes, and we all saw it yesterday. Well,
people think that was a glitch, or I was speaking in tongues, some weird language.
I know. Ooh, that was a good glitch. Okay. And what's this movie called again? The new Captain America movie.
I don't know. It's Brave New World, Captain America, Captain America, Brave New World.
Capital B, Buns.
No, okay. For anybody who wants English, the movie was
terrible.
Less than good.
On a cage scale.
Terrible's not fair. That's not. Hold on.
Okay, it was really bad.
It was...
Well, for a Marvel movie, too? Marvel movies are really good.
I think they've been going downhill, man. I think they've been turning into CG fest,
They're
CGI
running out of
fest.
ideas. On a cage scale...
We got to try and avoid spoilers.
On the cage scale...
Although the whole thing is predictable from start to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nothing on the cage scale.
It's a 0.
Yeah, I mean...
A 0.
No.
Like, there's no... 0. 0, 0, 0.
Okay, there's some. If you're a Marvel fan, Captain America, the whole, what is it, the Marvel universe thing. If you're into that, which we've watched them all, it's not like we have. We've been following them. If you like all of that, I mean, they're trying to reboot Captain America. They're trying to introduce. They're trying to reboot the Avengers. That's what they're trying to do. You can see it's all leading to that, a reboot of the Avengers, because the series had gotten the Avengers had been no more. So they're trying to reboot the Avengers. So that's what it's trying to do. That's what it's trying to do. Well, he's not a new Hulk. He's Red Hulk. Like, it's just some weird thing. I don't even know if it's in the comics. So. It was my complaint with it is they're just such a CI festival. It was so predictable and just kind of I find them boring. I find them boring. Like, they're doing the same old thing. Hulk smash, flies around, and this dude. I don't love the Captain America now. Is just a dude in a suit, like that anybody could work the metal suit and they'd be good to go, kind of thing.
Well, because who was he before, the Hawk or something like that?
Falcon.
The Falcon, yeah.
Which was a good character.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a dude
exactly.
flying around and he's augmented by mechanics. He's got a bit of robot going on.
Yeah, no, I
But
thought
Captain
he was...
America has been around forever, and Captain America, he has superpowers. Like he's he can lift Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
like
Captain America is
America's
Captain America.
Yeah, like he's a big player in that universe. And now it's just a guy,
Well, now he's the Falcon with his shield.
in a vibranium suit.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Like parts of it were just dumb.
I lost
like
the plot.
Hulk would just pound him into the ground like a tent peg. Like he just,
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America could fight him because he had powers. Oh my God, we're having a nerd conversation here, a big time nerd conversation. So at least you can see that it's not that we just don't care about that universe.
Well, I'm going to be really honest here. I love the Avenger movies, okay? Especially Guardians of the Galaxies. Guardians of the Galaxies have my heart.
Anything with Thor, he cracks me up.
I love Thor.
Yeah.
But when they killed Black Widow, I have to admit that kind of lost me a bit. Because she was their strong female character in all of the Avenger movies. She was Black Widow. She's been in, like, all of them.
Well, and then they replaced her with this little tiny girl.
I know,
woman.
and it's like,
Like, no offense, but I mean, come on. That is not imposing. She is not imposing.
They got rid of Black Widow, and I was just kind of like, okay. That was your strong female character. Then they killed Gamora, too. I was like, what are you guys
didn't
doing?
they bring her back? Oh, here, we're spoiling away here.
What are
Didn't
you
they
guys
bring her
doing?
back, though?
Like-
Or they brought a version of her back, didn't they?
Well, it's just like, okay. First you kill Black Widow.
Although I will say...
And then you kill Gamora.
in
You're
this
two
one-
strong female characters.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, that I personally know people who have stopped watching the movies because they killed the two lead female characters.
You're right. They definitely... And they didn't really replace him in this one, because they just replaced him with that tiny Black Widow version person.
Which... Period. You know, like, you want to replace them,
one good
but...
thing I'll say is that Arrow Boy didn't show up.
Oh, thank
The dude with
everyone
no
for that.
powers and 10 arrows, and that somehow managed
just
to
keep
never die.
Yep.
Yeah. His skill set is having a quiver with 10 arrows. And
If you guys want to know anything about this family, it's that none of us in this household like Arrow Boy. Whatever his name is.
what is his? Oh,
Black Hawkeye?
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Well, it's just such a goofy character. It's like, come on, man. Everybody else has got powers, and you have arrows. And when your arrows run out, then what?
That was the other thing. They tried putting him and Black Widow together. I just...
Yeah, that was the whole thing was cringy. All right, I mean, as you can see, not fans. It was, though, if you are a fan of the Marvel Universe and this kind of thing, and you love the CGI and what they're doing, it's more of that.
Exactly.
No, the story was dumb too.
I was lost. I got so lost.
All right, I think we've probably discussed that enough. We don't have much good to say.
Okay, on the movie scale, it's probably like a 3 or 4.
If you're a Marvel fan, honestly, I think that it's like a 4 or 5. I don't even think Marvel fans are gonna love it. There's nothing new in it. There's nothing interesting in it, and it's the same CGI over and over. So
Cage scale.
Why?
0.
The
Nada.
No.
0. Because it was... How would you say? Buns.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
So, yeah. There you have it, folks. Now, you guys know what time it is. If you've been following, you know what time it is. If you have been following us, you know that after a review, what comes next, Dad?
Oh my God! What comes next is what kind of a turnip would you be on Mars?
Oh my! What if? This one shouldn't be too tricky for you.
All right. Last one. Last one was alright.
I can
I'm
even
getting
start
into the
us off,
swing
okay?
of it. Oh well, I'm guessing you intend to. What if
you lived in your dream bedroom? What would it look like, okay? Now, you know me very well, and you know that I have had the same image in my head of my dream room, my dream everything, since I was 3.
Wow.
And my dream room consists...
I don't feel like this what if was constructed with me in mind at all.
It wasn't.
No.
My dream room consists of a floor-to-ceiling length bookshelf, okay? All of my favorite books in it. And if you pull on the correct book, it swings open to this reading nook. It has like a little beanbag, a window that looks out, and carpet. Okay.
So it's a panic room.
That's my secret room. But
it's a panic room with a window.
In my bedroom itself.
You're not biting on the panic room thing?
No.
All right.
I have my bed, and this is my bed faces like the front of the house. No, like the backboard is up against the wall. That's the front of the house, and it has 2 windows right next to the bed.
No, yeah.
And then my 2 little bedside tables, right in front of my bed, not like right in front, but a little ways on the other wall, are floor to ceiling like cupboards and shelves, and that's like my closet. But in the middle of those 2 shelves is a vanity with lighting, and the vanity has like drawers next to it and a little spinning chair. And
I don't think you've thought this through.
No, I have. And it's all carpeted. It's like kind of a light gray carpet, and there's that wall, right, where I have my vanity and stuff. And then there's kind of, because that's kind of in the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Recessed.
Yeah. And so on the other side of this indent, there's my ensuite bathroom. And it has the biggest, most bodacious bathtub you've ever seen. Okay? And inside of that bathtub is rain showers. 2. Okay, 2 rain showers, and one long rectangular one, and then there's 1 sink, and it's a long sink, and this is all, well, the sink and stuff is marble, but the floor is just tile, like linoleum, and
linoleum.
Yeah.
This is a 50s bathroom kitchen.
Yeah. No, I want the bathroom to be kind of like retro.
Oh well, like, the linoleum will do it.
Yeah. And that
was on my grandmother's bathroom floor, I think.
And the windows in my bedroom next to my bed, they open out.
It's durable.
Yeah. They open out, and there's little flower, what are they called?
Pots? Planters?
No, it's like, you know how you have windows, and there's those boxes outside of the windows? The windowsill? Yeah, okay. That kind of thing. And there's flowers. And then here's the bed. I know you guys can't see, but Dad can. Here's the bed.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Here's the bed. Here's the vanity. Bathroom. And then on this empty wall, I'm going to have a long, wide windowsill. And it's a big window with plants hanging down everywhere. And it's another reading nook.
A lot of windows.
And another reading nook.
All right.
And
it seems like it'll be very bright and sunny in
my
there.
walls
on
are
bright
white.
And sunny days.
My walls are white, but I do have posters put up and
so white walls and a gray carpet.
Yeah.
So it's basically a nervous hospital with windows.
Except that I put my own spin on it. My bed sheets are floral, but like cute floral, not grandma floral. And I have paintings everywhere and posters everywhere.
We have a very loyal elderly following, and you just insulted all of them.
And my reading nook is, the beanbag is the same print as my bed sheets. And I have like a little record player in there with all my records.
Of course. Guy gotta have that.
Yeah. So that's my room.
All right. Well done.
Story of my life.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay, your turn. What?
I don't know. You're just saying words now.
Yeah.
Actually, I can describe it.
I knew you would be able to.
It's less of a bedroom and more of just an all-encompassing living area that I wouldn't need more than that. So you'd come in, and there'd be you come through the door, the books would be there, maybe a good reading chair, little table beside the reading chair. You go down a few steps into a little recessed area. There'd be a good couch, coffee table, fireplace in the recessed area. And then there'd be a little loft, windows in the loft too. There'd be a loft, not like way up, but it'd be raised. And you would have, that's where my working desk would be. Nice view there. Bay window, like a thing you could sit into and look out the window while you're reading, like sit in the, those, And then the actual bed would be, you would, across from the door you came in where there was the books and the landing, and then you went down a few steps, and then all of this other awesomeness is in there. Across from that, there would be an opening. It wouldn't be a door. It would be an opening, and you'd go up a few steps into this opening, and inside there would be a room that was just bed. Would be probably like a California king, or maybe a couple of whatever queens put together something. It would be a room that's where the bed was. And so you'd walk into the bed, maybe have a little area at the front of it, and then there'd be a nice window there too that you could sit in.
Oh, I'm
That's what I always wanted.
I'm jealous of your room.
I always had this picture of having a bedroom that was like that, like it was you walked up a couple 2-3 steps, and the whole room was just a bed, maybe with like a thing you could walk in front, so that you could, but mostly the room was just a bed with a big window that you could look out and sit at.
That would be the best nap. Imagine having like a little reading lamp in there, and your books are just like.
Oh, it would have. There'd be some built-in shelves where you could put. You'd have to have room for stuff like that. So there'd be a little walk when you came up the steps, so you could walk in the front, and then you could walk. So I always pictured that. I always had that picture in my head. So there you go, Irish.
I kind of want to switch out my room for yours.
I could, for a nominal fee, I could sell you the plans.
Okay.
For a fee, yes, I'll sell you the plans.
Okay, if anyone was wondering why I was just laughing, our cat is in the room with us, and he does this thing where he lays down and he sticks his tongue way out. But right now, it's the most out we have ever seen it.
Yeah.
It's like his whole tongue is just resting outside of his mouth.
Yeah, normally I try and deflect us from cat stories while we're doing this, but it is outrageous, man. It's sticking out like an inch.
Wait, Dad, maybe while you're editing the video for
crazy.
Substack, you could insert the photo.
Yeah, all right. That's a good idea. Why not?
Because I really want the people to see this.
Yeah, all right. I'll put that in the video that goes on YouTube. All right, Irish.
All right, Dad.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
Very nice episode.
Yes, it was.
Hypermentilating the podcast.
I'm sure it follows Life and Change to the Eyes.
Of us.
Yeah.
Episode the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Next time.
Next time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.